You've seen it before. Your child, completely absorbed in a video game, suddenly loses a life or fails to complete a level. There's a brief moment of frustration, maybe even a sigh or a groan. But then, something remarkable happens. They try again. In the world of video games, failure is not just a possibility, it's an integral part of the experience. But here's the surprising truth. Failure in gaming isn't something to be feared. In fact, it's one of the most powerful tools for teaching resilience, persistence, and the ability to bounce back from setbacks. Let's explore how the role of failure in gaming is shaping a generation of kids who are better equipped to face challenges, both in the virtual world and in real life. In many aspects of life, failure is often seen as something to avoid at all costs. But in video games, failure is a normal, expected, and even necessary part of the learning process. Games are designed to challenge players, presenting obstacles and enemies that are meant to be difficult, if not impossible, to conquer on the first try. Whether it's missing a jump in Super Mario, losing a battle in Pokémon, or getting defeated by a boss in Dark Souls, players encounter failure frequently. However, the key difference in gaming is that failure doesn't mean the end. It means another chance. Video games encourage players to try again, to learn from their mistakes, and to approach the challenge with a new strategy. This process of trial and error helps kids understand that failure is not something to be feared, but rather an opportunity to improve and grow. By embracing failure in games, kids learn that setbacks are a natural part of any journey, and that persistence and determination are the keys to overcoming challenges. This mindset is crucial for developing resilience in the face of life's inevitable ups and downs. One of the most valuable lessons video games teach is the importance of learning through trial and error. Unlike in the classroom, where there's often pressure to get things right the first time, games encourage experimentation and risk-taking. Players are free to try different approaches, knowing that if one strategy doesn't work, they can always start over and try something new. This process of trial and error is essential for developing problem-solving skills. For example, in puzzle games like The Legend of Zelda or Portal, players must experiment with different solutions to figure out how to progress. Each failure provides valuable feedback, helping players refine their strategies and ultimately find the correct solution. By allowing kids to fail in a low-stakes environment, video games help them develop a growth mindset, a belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and persistence. This mindset is critical for success in all areas of life, as it encourages kids to view challenges as opportunities for learning rather than as insurmountable obstacles. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, and it's a quality that is nurtured through repeated experiences of failure and recovery. In video games, players are constantly faced with challenges that test their resilience. Whether it's losing progress after a difficult level or facing a seemingly unbeatable boss, players must learn to pick themselves up and try again. Games like Celeste and Cuphead, known for their punishing difficulty, teach players that failure is not a sign of inadequacy, but a stepping stone on the path to success. These games reward persistence, as players who continue to push through failure eventually experience the satisfaction of overcoming a tough challenge. For kids, these experiences of bouncing back from failure in games help build emotional resilience. They learn that setbacks are temporary, and that with enough effort and persistence, they can achieve their goals. This resilience carries over into real life, helping kids handle disappointment, frustration, and adversity with greater confidence and optimism. One of the most powerful lessons that video games teach is the value of persistence. In many games, the only way to progress is by continuing to try, even in the face of repeated failure. This persistence is often rewarded with a sense of accomplishment and mastery that comes from finally overcoming a difficult challenge. For example, in platformers like Super Meat Boy or Hollow Knight, players must attempt the same level or boss multiple times before they succeed. Each attempt brings them closer to their goal, teaching them that success is not about avoiding failure, but about continuing to push forward despite it. This lesson in persistence is invaluable for kids. It helps them develop a strong work ethic and the determination to keep going, even when things get tough. By learning to persist in the face of failure in games, kids build the mental toughness they need to achieve their goals in school, sports, and other areas of life. The lessons kids learn from failure in video games are directly applicable to real-life situations. Just as they learn to bounce back from setbacks in a game, they can apply the same resilience, persistence, and problem-solving skills to challenges outside of gaming. For instance, a child who learns to persist through repeated failures in a difficult game might approach a challenging math problem with the same determination. They understand that it's okay to struggle and that each mistake is an opportunity to learn and improve. This ability to turn setbacks into success is a critical skill that will serve them well throughout their lives. Parents and educators can support this process by encouraging kids to reflect on their gaming experiences and draw parallels to real-life challenges. By helping kids see the connections between the skills they develop in games and those needed in everyday life, we can reinforce the value of resilience and persistence in achieving long-term success. Failure is an inevitable part of life, but how we respond to it makes all the difference. Video games offer a unique and powerful way to teach kids that failure is not something to fear, but something to embrace as part of the learning process. Through the challenges and setbacks they encounter in games, kids learn to bounce back, to persist, and to keep pushing forward until they succeed. As parents and educators, it's important to recognize the value of these experiences and to support kids in developing the resilience and persistence they need to navigate life's challenges. By embracing the role of failure in gaming, we can help kids build the confidence and grit they need to turn setbacks into opportunities for growth and success. In the end, the lessons learned from failure in games are not just about winning. They're about becoming stronger, more resilient individuals who are ready to face whatever life throws their way. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe for more content on the hidden benefits of gaming. And feel free to share in the comments, what lessons have you or your kids learned from failure in video games?